Hey everyone, what is up? And welcome back to another episode of NFT Gems, where we review the week's highest scoring NFT projects, as well as some pre-mint projects to look out for. I am Jacob Koch-Gallup, an NFT analyst and investment analyst here at Token Metrics, and I'm joined by my co-host, Chase Allred. What's up, Chase? How you doing?
Hey Jacob, good to see you. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's a great week, and we have some great projects to share. So I think we can get right into it. Yeah, let's get right into it. Let's talk about Artonym. This is our highest scoring NFT project of the week. Let me share my screen and we can get right into this project. So Artonym, this scored an 84%. It's a profile picture / Phygital project. They describe themselves as the House of Phygital or a Web3 brand. They also say they're a Phygital lifestyle brand that aims to bridge the gap between digital collectibles and physical designer goods. Their flagship collection, Artonym Genesis, this dropped on March 1st, consists of 8,888 NFTs and will drive the Artonym ecosystem. All collectors will have the opportunity to redeem a limited edition designer art toy ranging in size based on the number of NFTs you hold. They say that they're staking 90% or more of the mint funds to create a reliable source of income. And what really their plan is to become a designer brand similar to like Gucci or Supreme, where they're going to leverage limited supply of new products, have select brand collaborations, retail locations in large cities. They said that their first physical location will be opening up in New York City, and they also want to create phygital experiences. So we can scroll down a little bit.
You can tell that there's some high production value on that.
Little
intro video they have at the top of their site.
There's a huge team behind it, so I can get into that. So yeah, here we go. Phygital lifestyle brand. This is their future, and we can get right into the team. So the co-founder or the two co-founders, we have Ruben and Aman. We can look at Ruben's LinkedIn profile. Ruben Cohen, he is the founder of Artonym. He is also a project manager at GDA Capital, which is a digital asset investment and capital markets advisory firm. You can also see on the side, he's a DJ and model. We can then look at the other co-founder, Aman. Aman is head of business development at Influx Group, which is a blockchain and crypto VC firm. We can look back at the team. So neither of the two co-founders are what we consider all-stars. They didn't go to MIT. Like our last Phygital project, we reviewed Fiat Lux. There was two MIT guys, someone who worked at Apple. They had 15, 20 years of experience. So these guys are more newbies, but we can see that they're joined by a 3D artist, an operations lead, a blockchain developer, a marketing lead, a Python developer, and then 3 advisors. So it's a pretty big team, but that's not all. We can then look at their art department, which has over 20 members of their art department. So that's why their art is so good. Their video production, their NFTs are going to be such high quality because they have over 20 people working in their art department, and then a pretty big
one guy's
team.
Name is just Gucci. Is that the
Gucci
brand?
We can click on him. I doubt it's the brand. I think it's just a pseudonym. Yeah, Gucci Vane.
Gucci Mane.
Yeah. Yeah. As seen in Forbes, entrepreneur. He's seen in Bloomberg. So yeah, they have a pretty high quality team. They're not what we consider all stars, but there's so many of them that we know the project's gonna probably do well, and they're doxed, which we like too. So yeah, let's look at the roadmap. So they launched their Genesis drop on March 1st. Now with all the money that they got, they're gonna start headhunting top tier industry experts. And kind of, I think the biggest part of this, which made the holders and investors in this project so excited, is this designer art toy drop. So based on the number of NFTs you hold, you can only redeem one. So if you hold 30 NFTs, you can't get 30 toys. You can only get one toy. But the more NFTs you hold, the bigger your toy or statue can be. So the biggest statue is going to be almost a life-size statue that could fit in your living room, and the smallest is going to be a desk-sized toy that'll fit nicely on your desk. And then in the future, we can see they're going to create Artonym DAO. They're going to have our first Artonym capsule drop. I don't know exactly what this means. I tried looking in their Discord, asking people what exactly is the capsule. No one knew. So that's something to look forward to. They're also going to have future Phygital drops and launch of an Artonym NFT exclusive marketplace. So we can take a look at their Twitter. They have 236,000 followers. And I looked this up. There was about 95% of them were real. So that's a good sign. They have 28,000 members in their Discord. Here's an example of what the NFT is going to be and what the toys are going to look like. So there's it's like a two-headed bear almost. Very high quality. A lot of people like it. And yeah, we can also look at the trading metrics. So right now, in about 2 days, there's been 4,000 volume traded. The floor price is 0.51 ETH. It was the way it minted was a Dutch auction. If you don't know what a Dutch auction is, it starts at a certain point, usually pretty high, around 2 ETH, 1.5 ETH, and then every certain amount of time, so every hour, it goes down by 5% or goes down by 0.1 ETH. So this started around 1.5 ETH and dropped all the way down to 0.3 ETH and then sold out. It's now trading at 0.5 ETH. I picked one up at 0.55 ETH. So I'm definitely bullish on this project. You can also see yesterday at one point the floor price was the average price was around 1.17. So the floor price, I think, was at 1.5 ETH and then it crashed. So I picked one up near floor price that it's currently trading at. So yeah, it's definitely a project to look forward to. I'm excited to get one of these toys. I think they could be kind of the way they're doing it is they're trying to be supreme. They're trying to have these super rare limited edition drops that people go crazy over, that people sell on eBay for 5 times what they sell for. So yeah, definitely a cool project. And I think I can throw it over now to Chase so he can talk about Somnium Space.
Yeah, that's a really cool project. Artonym reminds me a little bit of Takashi Murakami has similar toys and statues that I've seen him do that take somewhat of a similar design as well as Artonym. Yeah, but moving on to Somnium Space VR Land. So Somnium Space VR is a virtual reality metaverse. They also have a web client and a desktop client. If you see in the top right, you can download it for Mac, Windows. You can also just use it directly in your web browser, but it is optimized for wearing a VR headset like the Oculus or any other headset they're compatible with multiple other headsets as well, and they have some great functionalities in virtual reality. Their land specifically, we looked into this week because we were looking at other opportunities in virtual real estate. The Sandbox and the Decentraland parcels have gotten very, very expensive. There's also a huge supply of them that are uninhabited at this time. So currently, the Sandbox has about 90,000 plots. Decentraland has about 160,000, whereas Somnium has around 5,000. And at a 3 ETH floor price for a small plot of land compared to 3.2 to 4.5 for Sandbox and Decentraland small plots, Somnium Space appears to be a little bit undervalued. And throw in the fact that they are already optimizing for VR or virtual reality, that makes it very interesting. The team itself has experience in electric vehicles and virtual reality and is primarily based in the Czech Republic. Unfortunately, they are lacking some crypto experience that we would like to see. As you can see, they're partnered with FTX, Sony, Gemini, and more. you'll also be able to see that this project is both Ethereum and Solana compatible, so you can use both ETH and Sol assets. They're trying to bridge the gap between those two, which is probably likely what the partnership between Polygon, which is the Ethereum scaling solution, and FTX, which is heavily Solana based because Sam Bankman-Fried and Alameda Research are quite bullish on Solana. So that's kind of where you see those synergies coming together. The Somnium community, unfortunately, falls a little bit short of its competition when compared to Decentraland and Sandbox. Currently, they have about 26,000 in their Discord and 36,000 followers on Twitter. They minted on September 9th, and they've traded about 27,000 ETH on OpenSea as of now. Keep in mind, there are some collectible and wearable items that are included in their OpenSea link. It's not all land, but we do assume that this is mostly land out of the volume traded thus far. They scored a 79%, largely due to their smart money wallet holdings as well as their investors.
Cool. And so this project's been around, you said September 9th, that's 2019, right?
2019, yeah. So it's
okay.
It's been around for a while. It takes quite a long time to build out a game like this, as I'm sure you can imagine.
Yeah, for sure. And is it playable right now? You said it was?
It is playable. You're welcome to open the web app and tool around if you'd like. You can, if you own a plot, you can also build a variety of structures. As you can see, there's a builder option there. And these buildings can be useful in earning the in-game currency, which is cube. So you could host an event in your building and charge admission. You could advertise, or you could sell advertising space to a marketer. All of the above, really anything you can imagine doing with a plot of land. You could rent it out to someone else.
Yeah, it seems like this project has more utility than Sandbox or Decentraland right now, because you can actually go into the metaverse and use it. And if you're saying that the supply is a lot smaller than Decentraland and Sandbox, and it's still trading cheaper than the cheapest of either of those two small plot of lands, then yeah, it might be something to look forward to. But like you said, the community is smaller, so it doesn't have as much network effect. But yeah,
it's interesting. Awesome. We'd like to see them really build out that community and see where they can scale it to.
Yeah, for sure. All right, you want to talk about the next project?
Yeah, the next project, little bit endearing to me as a fan of Snoop Dogg himself. One of my first concerts was at Moody Theater in Austin, Texas. It was a Snoop Dogg concert with my dad. I don't know if he knew what he was getting himself into, but it was a really fun time, and I've been a Snoop Dogg fan ever since. So Snoop Dogg recently came out, outed himself as a gigantic NFT collector. He's got CryptoPunks. He's got Bored Apes, I believe. He's got a handful of other blue chip projects. And he's already made 2 of his own NFT collections with the Sandbox that give you access to, for one, both of them gave you access to whitelist spots for the Doggies, which is this project. They also gave you access to metaverse events in the Sandbox, among other things. We'll see at the bottom if you scroll through. But what this NFT actually is an in-Sandbox avatar that will be playable upon the alpha launch of Season 2. We don't have a date on that yet, but hopefully that'll be sooner rather than later. There's varying levels of rarity, and there's even a few these unique avatars which Snoop actually created himself, as you can see, designed and crafted with the dog father himself. So some of these are based largely on, the classic avatars are based largely on famous moments in Snoop's life. So that white suit that he wore to the Grammys, the one where he's flexing his muscles a little bit. That's from the Gin and Juice music video with Dr. Dre. And then there's the signature editions, which are derivatives of other popular NFT projects. And then the dope avatars are just things that Snoop thought was dope. And Snoop does whatever he wants. It was developed by a 4-man team at Minded Studio. They're a Smart 3 web contract company. They've worked with Sandbox in the past. They've worked with Snoop in the past. They've also worked with Pudgy Penguins. So this is a team that we can trust. If the Sandbox has trusted them before, we can trust them again. It's also done in collaboration with the Sandbox for their own game. So, we have a lot of confidence that this won't be a rug pull. Obviously, the Sandbox is huge, and they're going to work seamlessly in the game. I asked a question in the Discord about utility. I said, what are the benefits, or what is the utility of holding Doggy NFT? And someone replied to me and they said, you get to be Snoop, bro. It's like, well, fair. So at this time, there's pretty limited utility that's actually been announced, but we can speculate that at some point there will be some sort of Doggy only avatar events in the metaverse. Again, this is speculation, but they can always add utility around owning a Doggy and being a part of the quote unquote Snoopverse. The Doggy's Twitter has 69,000 followers. The project does not have its own Discord server. However, there is a Snoopverse channel in the Sandbox Discord server, which has 270,000 members in total. And as I mentioned before, I asked a few questions in the Discord channel, in the Snoopverse channel, and I found them to be very responsive. It seems the community is active from what I can tell. They minted February 22nd, so a little over a week ago as we record this, for 150 sand, which was 0.18 ETH at the time. At my last check yesterday, their floor price was 0.49 ETH, and they had traded over 6,000 ETH in volume on OpenSea. Yeah.
What did this project score again?
This scored a 74%. So awesome. Lost out on some utility, but it's also one of those collectible items where I could see big fans of Snoop willing to pay a good amount of money for this in the future.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Yeah. Awesome. That's definitely a great project. I also love Snoop Dogg, so it's cool to see he's really repping Web3. Let's move along. I've been reading some of the comments on our last 2 episodes, and people said, hey, can you do some projects on some other blockchains? We don't want to pay these crazy gas fees. So I've answered your prayers, and now we have a project on Solana. This is called Yakushima Core. It's a gaming and metaverse project based in the Solana ecosystem. It's a nod to Japanese culture combined with kind of cool cyberpunk aesthetics. The first project that it has already launched. So the way they're doing it is in 3-part NFT collections with 7,005 items in each collection. The first collection has already dropped. These are customizable motorcycles brought to you by Yaku Engineering, which is just their name for the drop. It's their Oni SOS01 Generation 1 bikes. These are going to be used in a fighting game within the Yakuverse as form of transportation, so it can take you around their open world, similar to like cars in Grand Theft Auto. And they're also going to be used in their future play-to-earn racing game, which will earn you Yaku tokens. We can look at Magic Eden. We can see the floor price for these is 10.2 Sol. There's about 34,000 traded volume of Sol, and they minted on February 15th, 2022 for 0.5 Sol. So they've done about a 20x. We can look, they're customizable bikes. So this is what's launched right now. In the future, here we can also take a look at their white paper. Let's go down to the mints. So the first mint, 3-step process, is the motorcycles, and the next mint is called the capsules. These are going to be minting on March 5th, 2022 for 3 SOL each, or 2 SOL, 2.5 SOL if you already hold a motorcycle. They're going to act as the holder's property and kind of the command center, the main screen in the Yakuverse. Capsule holders can then stake their motorcycles in their attached garage from their little apartment to earn Yaku tokens. They can display their NFTs in their home gallery, any NFTs, customize their motorcycles, avatars, and capsules using the Yakuverse store, which is you can go through your capsule. And the last mint is going to be the avatars. This is going to be a little later. They don't say exactly how much SOL it's going to be, but these are going to be your 3D avatars, which allow you to get access to the open map. You can't use the open map unless you have one of these avatars. Also allows you to access the Yaku business and the Yaku DAO, which they're going to be creating as a governance protocol. And these Yaku avatars are going to be your access to the DAO. Let's go back up and look at the team. So right now the team is not doxed, so they're all pseudonymous. The founder and dev lead, he's a corporate financial advisor, an entrepreneur, and developer. He's made several web apps and Solidity smart contracts, as well as built on some game engines. The other co-founder and operating lead, he's an aerospace engineer and project manager with 7 years of experience. So that's really cool. Not really crypto or kind of web development or gaming development, but he's an aerospace engineer. He's worked with the European Space Agency as well as Airbus to build rocket launch stations and satellites. We can go down a little. Gangnam Thug, he has 25 years of experience being an engineer and programmer. Mine Original, he's a civil engineer, 3D artist, and musician with 10 years of experience, 3D modeling in Blender. So the team is completely anonymous. However, in their Discord, they did say that they're doxed and have been audited by Fractal, which is an NFT marketplace. And the game is being developed by Random Synapse, which is a French Unreal Engine gaming studio. They have 27,500 followers on Twitter and 25,000 members in their Discord. So that's not as large as we'd like to see. However, it is a Solana-based project, and this community is more tight-knit and smaller. So 25 to 30,000 is pretty decent, especially for a project that just minted 2 weeks ago. You can check this out. If you want to try to get a Yaku capsule, you can go ahead and try to get one. You can see this is what it's going to be. That's going to be your garage. It looks like, based on kind of their teasers, that it's going to be a really cool game with good graphics. However, there's no demo, there's no game yet. They're trying to launch it in Q3 2022. So that's something to look out for. And let me throw it back over to Chase, and he can tell us about some pre-mint projects that we haven't scored, but have done very well based on our first initial review, and that we think you should keep on your radar.
Yeah, thank you, Jacob, and thank you for covering the Solana ecosystem. I know there's a lot of people who are very bullish on gaming in that ecosystem, and that game looked really interesting and honestly like something that I might even play myself. We'll have to send that over to Mike, the gaming, or our chief gamer
analyst. yeah, exactly.
So my next project, very similar to my first project, is Victoria VR. So this is another virtual reality metaverse. It's an open world MMO RPG game as well. It's powered by the Unreal Engine. And one of its goals is to have the most realistic graphics of any metaverse project. So if you see there, I mean, the details on those people is almost scary. Almost scary how real they look. And if you have your goggles on, I mean, we're getting close. We're getting close to that real metaverse. Stakers of the project's native VR token can receive land tickets, which can be redeemed for a spot on the whitelist. The VR token is trading around a $230 million market cap as of now, and they have a fully diluted valuation of about $2.7 billion, which puts it at a 60 to 70% discount compared to the Sandbox's $9 billion fully diluted valuation. So potentially some room for growth there. One of the interesting things about this project is if you own land, different areas on their map have different natural resources that populate the ecosystem, and these can be extracted the same way natural resources in the physical world can be extracted. So there's wood, fire, country, which is like sand, metal, and water that can all be used in different ways. You can build mining apparatuses. You can, extract the fire, extract the metal in some way, or you can rent it to someone who's able to do that for you. And then you can sell it for profit. You can sell it for VR tokens. So something that's very interesting. It's a way to actually grow and build on top of what you own and kind of become you could become the metal magnate. You could become the John D. Rockefeller of water in Victoria VR. So they've been releasing their land in different segments at this time. Around 17% of the land has been sold already. They have a team of 35 people on LinkedIn. I've seen elsewhere that they have more, like 70 to 90 people. Perhaps these are contractors, but I was able to find 35 total on LinkedIn. Their co-founder, Adam Bem. Interestingly, this team is also mainly based out of the Czech Republic, or mainly Czech citizens. Adam Bem is somewhat of a polymath from what it seems. He launched an automated trading algorithm business in high school, and then shortly after pivoted his focus to crypto and has been working, trading, developing in the space ever since. They also have a few other team members that are great. The feng shui master, Robert Haluska. He's done other operational jobs in other areas. So tons of really interesting people, lots of great designers and 3D artists creating this unbelievably realistic game.
I like how the senior CGI supervisor doesn't have a picture. I think that'd be funny if they put him in as CGI.
Yeah, that would be great. I'm not sure the reason behind that. Maybe he wants to stay anonymous. Yeah. As I mentioned, the utility of owning the lands, they can be rented out to other players. You can also use their resources in a plethora of ways. You can extract them. You can extract them and sell them for profit. You can extract them to build other things. So you can extract your metal to now use the metal to build something else on the plot or on the land. Currently, the project has about 40,000 members in its Discord and 90,000 followers on Twitter. Their next land pre-sale is March 15th. So you can earn spots by participating in the Discord community or purchasing and staking the VR token for a set amount of time. If you are a Token Metrics subscriber and you receive our NFT cheat sheet on Thursday, you'll probably already seen it after this video is released. There's a link to more information on staking and receiving a whitelist spot for this land sale, but that's coming March 15th. There's different tiers of land. So tier 1 land will sell for $20,000 or the equivalent of $20,000 in VR tokens. Tier 2 will be $10,000. Tier 3, $3,000. Tier 4, $500. There's a total land supply of 168,000 plots. So more similar to Decentraland and the Sandbox in terms of total amount of land available. And as I mentioned, whitelist spots can be gained through Discord participation or staking of the VR token. And I believe that's it for Victoria VR. Definitely interested to see how things go for this project from here.
Yeah, it's funny. They haven't. I was going to ask you if they launched the game, but I see it right here. There's no launch that's expected in 4 or 5 quarters from now. Oh no, quarter 2022.
No.
Okay, so yeah, they're expecting to launch next quarter, but at the same time, so they don't have a product and they're valued at $2.7 billion. That's something to keep in mind. They have a 230 million market cap and 2.7 fully diluted market cap with no product, nothing to show. Yes, they have awesome images. They have a whole team that's doxed, so they're probably not going to rug pull, but we've seen you can go on Fiverr or you can go on Upwork or any of these other websites, hire a video editor to create a super cool video, show a game that's not actually in development. So that's something to keep in mind. Obviously, we see they have a fully doxed team, and they're most likely going to execute, but it's worth $2.7 billion with no product. Something to keep in mind.
Right. Always do your own research. Have conviction in what it is that you're purchasing. And if it's a game, only buy the games that you would actually play yourself and enjoy playing.
Exactly.
That's my recommendation. Not financial advice, but
yep. All right, yeah, let's move right along. Tell us about this project, please, Chase.
Yeah, the DG or Dolce & Gabbana family boxes. So this is a really interesting project put out by high-end luxury brand Dolce & Gabbana. So this purchasing the box is going to give the owners exclusive access to the DG world. DG is a family-owned business, hence family boxes. There's going to be 3 different tiers of boxes in order of rarity and exclusivity. It goes black box, least exclusive, gold box, and then platinum box, which is only going to be available by special access. We know as of now, I was listening to their Twitter space, that holders of the Collezione Genesi, which is an NFT collection, a Phygital collection they released in September, they'll have access to the platinum boxes. We're not sure who else is going to be able to view those boxes, but really interesting. So all boxes are going to receive varying levels of benefits, but we know that each box is going to give you physical clothes, digital clothes, and metaverse events. If you're a gold or platinum box, you'll also get in-person events. This project is still very early on in their inception. We don't know the mint price, we don't know the date, and we don't know the quantity. On this Twitter space that I listened to the other day, a representative from Dolce & Gabbana said they will be releasing in the beginning of the spring because this is high fashion. They do their spring collection, they do their winter collection, they do their fall collection. Seasons are very important to them. So in the beginning of the spring is when the release will happen. And that he mentioned it would be more rare than 10,000 items. As far as price, you are able to register for a raffle for 1,000 whitelist spots. And to do so, you have to follow UNXD, which is the high-end NFT marketplace that they're releasing this through. It's built on Polygon. You have to follow them on Twitter. You have to be a part of their Discord channel, and you have to have at least 3 ETH in your wallet. So we can assume that, I don't necessarily know that it will be 3 ETH, but we can assume high-end luxury brand, this is going to be an expensive mint. Needless to say. The team, Dolce & Gabbana, they've designed these beautiful boxes. In the Twitter space, he said they're meant to be digitally handcrafted, which was kind of a clever joke. But as you can see, there's tons of intricate details in these boxes that have been done. UNXD has worked with Dolce & Gabbana before on their Collezione Genesi, and they've also worked with Jacob & Company, a high-end watch manufacturer who's sold watches for millions of dollars. $18 million was even they sold a watch for at one point. All boxes also include the DG swag set, which we don't really know what that includes at this point. Hats, hoodies, shoes have even been brought up. So that's definitely something interesting. If you are a person who loves high-end fashion, it might even be that this is worth it. And the swag set will only be available to holders of the NFT. So the NFT, as far as social media metrics, it's a little bit odd. They don't have a Discord specifically for the NFT. They make use of the UNXD Discord to discuss the DG family NFTs and all the other Dolce & Gabbana NFTs. But UNXD has a Discord community of about 9,000. Meanwhile, Dolce & Gabbana has a Twitter following of over 5 million. And interestingly enough, they seem to be taking this NFT project very seriously. They actually pinned their tweet a thread of discussing the DG family boxes, and that is their pinned tweet at this time, which you only get one of, as people on Twitter know. So they seem to be taking this project very seriously. This is their second NFT. They started with something that was maybe a little experimental, where they sold a digital version of a piece of fashion. They sold dresses and crowns, tiaras, and then there was a matching physical version of that was given. But this appears to be more of a long-term commitment to NFTs, where these holders are going to have these boxes forever, and people who own these boxes will be a part of the Dolce & Gabbana family going forward. So definitely something it shows strong commitment to the NFT space and NFT community, and really excites me to see high-end fashion getting into NFTs.
Yeah, definitely. This is probably something I'm not going to be buying, but I can see if you're into designer items, if you love Dolce & Gabbana and you're a Web3 person, then this is perfect for you. So yeah, definitely an awesome project, but not so much, doesn't really suit my fancy so much. But yeah, we can move on to our last pre-mint project. This is definitely one that's been hyped, but is something that's awesome. It's called Cypher. It is a gaming metaverse project by Collider Craftworks. Now, Collider Craftworks is a team of 84. We can scroll down. 84 of the world's most creative and technically gifted individuals. Okay, that's a little biased, but a team of 84 who's based in Buenos Aires, Argentina. They have worked on Injustice 2. They've worked on Mortal Kombat 10 and 11. They've worked on Assassin's Creed. And they've worked on Gotham Knights. So they definitely have a lot of experience designing games, designing artwork for games. So yeah, definitely a big project. We can check out the team in a little bit, but first let's look at the game again and some of their graphics. There's not much. As you can see here, it says white paper and Cypher drop information is coming early 2022. That has not been released yet, and their Discord is still private. So they're sending out invite links where they drop 100 spots or 200 spots, and you have to pretty much, if you like this project, you want to go to their Twitter, turn on their notification bell, because the Discord fills up in about 10 seconds to a minute. When they have 100 spots or 200 spots is about a minute to 2. So you have to be super quick on the ball to get into their Discord and try to get that whitelist spot. We know there's still whitelist spots available. We don't know how many. We don't know the price. We don't know the mint date. We don't really know much about this project. I'm assuming it's going to be kind of an action, maybe a shooter game, because as you can see, some of the characters have guns, but we really don't know. They haven't given us much information besides awesome graphics, awesome 3D models, awesome 3D work, 3D artwork, which is, as you can see, is very high quality. We can look at the team. So this is Collider Craftworks. We have the studio head, studio director, Daniel Gomez Cortes, who has worked on Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Injustice. We have Gaston, who's the head of tech. He's been a 3D modeler since 2002. And the rest of the team can be found here at careers.collidercraftworks.com/meet the team if you want to go through all 84 of their team members. But yeah, obviously they're all doxed. It's a high quality. They've worked on high quality projects. It's definitely super hyped. Right now, their Twitter has around 78,000 Twitter followers. And yeah, that's really all we know about this project, but it's definitely one to keep on your radar. Maybe try getting into their Discord, try to get a whitelist spot. And yeah, as more information comes out, we'll be sure to update our followers either on Twitter or in our Telegram groups. And yeah, it's definitely an awesome project to look forward to. Yeah, I think that's it. That covers our 4 high-scoring post-mint projects and 3 pre-mint projects that you should keep on your radar. I've been Jacob Koch-Gallup. You can follow me on Twitter at _CryptoJacob. I've been joined by my co-host Chase Allred. You can follow him on Twitter at Allred_Chase. And yeah, make sure to check out tokenmetrics.com. Subscribe to this channel, leave a comment down below. Obviously, you guys wanted some Solana projects, some non-Ethereum projects, and I brought that to you because I saw your comments. So I do read the comments. Let us know how we're doing. Like this video. Let's try to get this video to 200 likes. Share it with your friend if you learned something new. And yeah, stay tuned for next week's episode. We appreciate you watching this almost 45-minute episode where we talk about NFTs and share some alpha.